the zoo. Okay, I was just thinking to myself, like, when you become one with everything, like, this sounds really silly, but it just follow along. And I don't always mean to say this sounds silly, or I know it sounds weird, because it doesn't sound that way to me, but I know how other people will, what's the word I'm looking for, will internalize it, or the way they'll examine it, or the way they'll take it, perceive it, whatever. So, say when a family goes to the zoo, I want to start doing, I've been doing a lot of things by myself, because when you do things with other people, it's hard to get somebody else to the point where they want to experience something for its full potential. Yes, the interactions with the people that are there are also important, but say you go to the zoo, and yes, it's fun if everyone enjoys the zoo, but when you go to the zoo, it's more like, all right, is anybody hungry? Have to go to the bathroom? Do you look at the cool bear. Look at the bear. Oh, that's a cool bear. Hi, bear. I'm hungry. Okay, let's go eat. Okay, let's go to the bathroom. Like, something. Like, those are just little examples, but I want to say in full that, say, if you were just sitting there eating popcorn and looking at a monkey, thinking, oh, cool, a monkey. Cool, it's a monkey, and you're looking at it eating popcorn or something, and I'm just throwing the popcorn in there just for a distractionary thing, or the cell phone in your hand, or whatever, you're taking pictures of it. Cool, a picture of a monkey. Instead of that, why don't you not think of what else is going on around you and be there with the living things that are there? Say, this is just an example. Like I said, the zoo, this could be everything that you experience in life. Be there with it to experience it with it. And say more like, hey, monkey, how are you? Like, from mind to mind, looking at it, observing it. And, I mean, it's going to be in a certain vibration because it's in a zoo or it's captive, you know what I mean? But at the same time, try to do this with everything in life. People that you experience on an everyday basis. Don't just look at them and be like, oh, this guy's wearing this, dirty coat, or, this guy looks like a businessman, professional bigwig wannabe, or, instead of thinking like that of people, I'm throwing those titles out there just to give examples of how we label each other. And I mean, I see how people depict themselves. I mean, but at the same time, I mean, who am I to say what somebody says of themselves and if it's right or wrong? And I'm nobody's judge, so everyone judges everything for themselves. You have your own opinion, so your opinion is how you judge things. So I mean, but the thing is to not press how you are opinionated on other things. Anyway, the whole thing about the zoo is that to be there in the moment with the things, like right now, if I just looked right where I'm sitting in a parking lot, I just made tire tracks, the water's trickling down the windshield from the snow melting. It's trickling down real slow, and if I just used the windshield wipers, I saw it smear, and some of it clean, some of it didn't. Some of the water's still like dispersed in a weird smeary way. Some of it's gone, at least it looks like it, but it's thinly on there. All this kind of weird stuff. And like the tracks that are out there are just, now they're there because I drove here. Those tracks seem like they mean nothing, but that will cause the water in the treads of the tires to be somewhere else instead of where it landed. It's just, everything is so in the moment all the time. So, like, to enjoy the thing, like, the world is the zoo we're looking at, to be there, right there, and experience it. You don't necessarily, I'm not saying enjoy everything, but observe it, and don't be over judgmental, and don't be upset if it's not what you wanted it to be, because if you want something to be a certain way, you have to do certain steps to get it that way. You can't make it happen through force. You can make it happen through effort, and then it'll apply itself. It will coincide. It'll come along with. It'll just be in tune. It'll be in that flow. And if you force anything, it's just never going to be right. It's not going to either feel right. It's not going to be right. It's not going to work out if you force anything. So, to enjoy life instead of being the kid who has to pee and eat popcorn when he's at the zoo, like, tune into the life around you, the animal in the zoo, the person that you're experiencing or encountering, anything that's going on around you, be there with it, and don't blame it or label it or judge it for what it is. Just know that it is and allow it to be, and respect it and love it for what it is. And that's really all you can do. You can't expect everyone to love you back, but if you give out enough love, eventually you'll see what I mean. We are all love. It's just different reflections of different things, and I don't want to go too much farther, so peace.